Powerade and the Dasani. Good mix when you are going through an activity that requires you to expend a lot of energy, like basketball, and NBA is what we're talking about now. These are the results of the 4 games played in the NBA on Tuesday. 76ers took care of the Clippers. The Bucks beat the Raptors. Spurs, they beat the Nets. The Nets really struggling without the injured Kevin Durant. And the Nuggets beating the Trail Blazers. Now, reigning back-to-back MVP Nikola Jokic was at his dazzling best for the Nuggets on Tuesday. Jokic went 13 for 14 from the field while logging a 36-point triple-double against the Trail Blazers to push the Western Conference leaders to a 14th straight home win.
Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers taking on Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets in Denver. And we start you off a Yusuf Nurkic miss. Aaron Gordon gets the rebound and throws the long pass ahead, and there's Nikola Jokic getting a really easy bucket. Denver up 16-14. Then Jokic throws the long down-court pass to Michael Porter, and you can see the Nuggets effective on the run-out on this one. Hoop and harm, and 21-17, Denver up at that point. Shaedon Sharpe knocks down a 3, and Denver, well, they're up by 5 after that 3. Then the Blazers on the break. Nasir Little with the nice alley-oop slam on Aaron Gordon. Boy, good to see Nasir Little back and flying like that. Later in the second, Damian Lillard. Tough three-pointer goes down. Well contested, but it's Damian Lillard. Then Lillard sidesteps Gordon for another three-pointer. He had 30 points in the first half of this game. Nikola Jokic working the offensive glass off the Jamal Murray miss, gets the gentle little tip in. 66-61 at that point. Denver led it by 6 at the half, third quarter. It's Jamal Murray hitting the 3. He had 17 points on the game. Then Jokic driving and dishing out to Michael Porter Jr., and he knocks down a 3 from the corner. He had 23 points on the game, and Denver up by 13. Damian Lillard driving and making the layup in traffic. He finished with 44 points and 8 assists. That cut the lead down to 8. But Aaron Gordon drives and dishes to Nikola Jokic for the layup. Jokic's numbers in this one: 36 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. He was 13 of 14 from the field. His 13th triple-double of the season. Denver wins it by 9, 122-113.
Joining us is NBA analyst Alister Albert to answer the question, is Jokic on track for a 3rd straight MVP crown?
It's really great that, we're talking about a guy who probably is considered underrated by many people and is a back-to-back MVP and who's vying for his 3rd MVP, as you're asking. And yeah, I think he is really on track at the moment. He has 13 triple-doubles so far this season, averaging 25 points, 11 rebounds, 9.8 assists, really close to averaging a triple-double for the whole season, 43 games in. He's led his team to the first place in the Western Conference Finals so far. They're playing really, really well. They've beaten really good teams, and they've become very much a difficult night of competition whenever anyone comes to play against them. So I'm really looking forward to see how they kind of hold this up until the playoffs. But yeah, he's on track for an MVP season, and hopefully kind of get his team to the Western Conference Finals again, and really show that, they're worthy.
Look, the MVP argument has been running from the league open. From the first day of the league, first week, people are talking about MVP candidates. Here's the problem I have, Alister. Mm-hmm. I have a problem with an MVP for a team that's not a title threat. And, I know the Nuggets are playing well right now, and I know the Nuggets will make the playoffs, and I know the Nuggets will make some noise. But if you're telling me that the most valuable individual in all of basketball for a particular season plays for a team that, in being that MVP, that totem, that talisman, a talisman by dictionary definition is something that wards off evil and brings good fortune. If that player is to be that, then you must elevate your team to win, to be championship contenders. Because we've seen in the past, and we're not just talking about Jordan now, we've seen in the past where when you say he was the MVP, you can say to a reasonable person that, oh, so he was the reason that so-and-so team reached so-and-so heights and fought for so-and-so title. So I'm a bit separated from their argument if my MVP is going to be playing for a middling team in the playoffs who then falls away and we carry on with the big boys to fight for the trophy.
Arguments. And I think the thing about this is, we're witnessing a season where I think most people say that it's probably the most balanced, the widest landscape of teams, that could fight for a championship. You have people talking about Memphis. You have people talking about the Clippers still, the Warriors, who are I think under 500 or 500 right now, winning just as much as they are losing, are still very much threats. You have the teams in the East. You have KD, who's injured, Giannis, etc., etc. So we have quite a large landscape of teams who are considered right there as contenders. And because of that, I think that kind of makes it really probable that the Nuggets could actually go really far and shock a few teams. They've had quite a few experiences in the last 3 seasons. Well, of course, the best one in 2020 where they reached the Western Conference Finals. They have continuity. They have an Aaron Gordon who's playing lights out basketball and probably the best ball of his career since coming from Orlando. Jamal Murray is getting better from his injury. And Jokic, of course, who is like near the top in all advanced metrics there is in the game. So, on a nightly basis, they could be a threat. And in a 7-game series, who knows what could happen. So we don't know who might actually win, but they are probably just right at the top of the ladder to kind of upset people and kind of come away with the crown this year. Who knows?
Yeah, and as we're speaking about Nikola Jokic, the one asterisk that Nikola Jokic has by his name is the fact that he hasn't won a championship. So, people are, of course, putting him in a discussion with Larry Bird, but, of course, refraining from that discussion too because Larry Bird, of course, has championships to his name. Do you think that Nikola Jokic is in his best interest to maybe find another team next season so that he can actually contend for a title? Or you think that he should stick with his current team and lead them to a title?
Nah, you stay where you are. I've seen MVPs move from team to team, and we see how much bashings they got for that. LeBron moving from Cavs to Miami, and yes, he won a championship there, but look what that did to his reputation. You had KD moving from OKC. Many people like me, OKC. It's a very shameful plug, but OKC is still my team. I've remained loyal with them from those 2010 days onwards, and I didn't think he should have left OKC. I think if he stayed, probably a title would have come there eventually. I think from the 1990s basketball purist in me, I would say that I hope he stays there and, they just continue to plug along and do what they have to do. If you have to use LeBron James as an example, and of course Michael Jordan, 7-8 years before they won their first championship, Nikola Jokic, I think, has been in the league about that same amount of time. And yes, the team around him might not be that championship fear that most people have, like George is articulating. But, they have a continuity within this team, really good coaching. And Nikola Jokic is doing, I think, remarkable things that we've never seen before from the center position. And, that makes him an advantageous threat to his team who could probably push them through. Last
thing. We're on borrowed time. I've been watching, ever since we had that conversation the last time, we had a proper conversation. I left that interview. I went home and I looked at the numbers around the Sacramento Kings. Remember what I said about Mike Brown? I wouldn't have him coach anything. Well, I hope he forgives me because the job he's done is a really good job. I want to ask you, with how De'Aaron Fox is playing, he's 21st on the list of scoring leaders in the NBA, and the team all around is playing really, really well. Do they have an outside shot of making the conference semifinals, the Kings?
The conference semifinals, I think they do have a chance for that. Yes. Second round, that's their ceiling for me. I think, they catch someone, off guard in the first round, they could probably get back to the second round. I really like their team at the moment. They're playing with lots of confidence. I really love Domantas Sabonis, what he's doing. I think he kind of solidifies that team and makes them the contender that they are right now. And yeah, I think they could win a first round series, in upset fashion. And probably, I think that's their ceiling right there.
Right. No, not enough talent to go beyond round 2 is what you're saying.
I don't think so. I don't think more than round 2, no. Yeah. But that's just me. Like I said, it's a parity season. You never know. Yeah. But I don't think they have more than that.
I think I'm going to go down to the sports shop and have a little nibble where the Sacramento Kings are concerned, because I sense something big is going to happen this season. All right. Thank you very much, my friend. We'll talk again.
All right, no problem. See you guys again. No problem.
Excellent. That's Alister Albert, our NBA expert. Before we leave, viewers in TNT, here's your chance to play our Take Your Shot promotion and win a trip for two to attend the 2023 All-Star Weekend in Utah. Watch the NBA live on SportsMax for a chance to scan the QR code for more information on how to participate. The promotion, which began on November 28 last year, ends Friday. That means your last chance to watch for a chance to win is on Thursday. So these are the Thursday games. If I were you, I'd get my drink to keep me awake and energized and watch. Celtics and the Warriors, 7:30 p.m. That's a big game. The Nets and the Suns, 10 p.m. SportsMax 2. And then the SportsMax will have 10 p.m. 76ers and Blazers. And so your last chance saloon will open on Thursday and close on Friday. Well, Thursday is really the day it closes for your Friday deadline. So you have been warned, and we'll warn you again. Mr. Producer, there's no more chance to warn them. Yes, there's a chance to warn them tomorrow during the show. Yes, so we have one more warning for you. You've been warned.